There was once a king, and the king, he had his soldiers, he had his kingdom. Rabbi Spiro brings a story, phenomenal story. And the king had his kingdom, and one day his advisors came to him, his general came to him, and he said, "Your Majesty, there's been a revolt. They're rebelling against your kingdom." So right away he told his general, "Take care of the revolt, make sure that it's Dunsky, and the head of this, I want him to come to me, do not kill him. I want to do it myself. Make sure you get him." Wow, okay. Right away the soldiers go out, and they get to the rebels, and they have this unbelievable war, and they go at it, and Baruch Hashem, the kingdom is victorious, the soldiers come back, most of the rebels are dead, and of course they got the head of the rebels, they got him, he's in shacks, and he's walking towards the king. The king is ready to kill him. And as they're approaching the king, they wanted to see who this guy is, so they unmask him, and they see that it's none other than the king's son. He was the head of the revolution. And before they brought him to the king, they told the Majesty, "We're so sorry to tell you, but the person that is the head of this revolution and that you want to kill yourself is none other than your son." He says, "It doesn't make a difference. Off with his head. Bring him to me." They bring his son to him. He's looking at his son. You can imagine, how could you do this to me? How could you go against my kingdom? How could you do this to me? And without saying any words, he walks his son to the gallows. And his son realizes it's over. Head of the revolution, you're not going anywhere. Your father's not doing any pardoning. His father's very upset at him. They get to the gallows. And his son says to the executioner, "Could I please have one final request from the king?" And they said, "Sure. That's customary. You get one last request from the king." They bring him face to face with his father, the king. He's all tied up. And he realizes that his life is about to end. And anything you ask for, it's... And he says, "Daddy, the last request I have. Long live the king! Long live the king!" And his father hears that. He says, "Stop! Stop! He's not getting killed! Don't shack him! Let him go free!" And he embraces his son. And our rabbis tell us that all year long, a person, the son of Hashem, the prince, is being mored. He's rebelling against Hashem's kingdom. He's being Ma'adel Shabbat maybe. He's taking Hashem's crown, God forbid, so to speak. And he's desecrated the greatest day of our life. How in the world could he go into Rosh Hashanah? How do you want to go into the Deen? The greatest way is to declare Hashem Melech. Long live the king! Long live the king. Hashem Melech, Hashem Malach, Hashem Yimloch, Le'olam Va'ed. The greatest way to go into Rosh Hashanah and to show Hashem we never meant to have any revolution, God forbid. We never meant any averot. We're so sorry for everything we did, and we love your unbelievable kingdom, is by going into the last Shabbat and declaring Hashem Melech and putting all the phones away, all the jewels away, all the cars away, all the businesses away, and everything that you have. And to realize that this Shabbat can make it, and tremendously, for every single one of us. We need this Shabbat, and of course every single Shabbat. And B'zkut Shabbat Kodesh, will be zocheh l'katev v'l'hatem l'chayim tovim u'shalom.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.